back then that's finally being brought into the light because people are now knowing how to work this shit into their favor.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The world's really just waking up, and that's just all that is and shit.
Wow. So what would you say? What's the biggest difference between what's the biggest difference and similarity between Cali and Texas, or even where you at in Cali and Lubbock? Cause I feel like Lubbock's the most Cali city in Texas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Low key. So like, what would you say?
What's the difference between them two?
Yeah.
To me, I feel like I know these streets. Like I feel like I know how to maneuver around these streets and shit like that. Over there, I started getting familiar, but I wasn't even living like directly in Hollywood before a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After that, I was staying like on the outsides of it and getting to see how like their society really works.
Yeah, how they really, like, you know what I'm saying, the politics
chill.
or whatever.
It's peaceful over there. Cause I be, you know what I'm saying? Like it's real fucking peaceful over there.
So does like is everybody?
It's kind of up to speed.
Is everybody like kind of like you know, they got their own politics. Like, does the politics come to everybody's doorstep, or is it just certain people, or like is it just, you know what I'm saying? I guess if you of a certain life, then you be, you know what I'm saying, certain rules or what? Just being on I've been to Cali a few times, but
I seen some crazy shit happen and just going to like little food trucks in different places and down in I don't know, it'd be around like Central, all these places like where they're known for politicking, like where Nipsey's from and stuff like that. You go over there and shit like that and you see how they move, but I feel like on some real life shit. And then from the view of them people and shit like that, they don't bang up you, or they won't really. It ain't like it used to be for sure. You can ask anybody, they gonna say the time's changed.
Yeah.
You know, banging ain't the same thing it was 5-6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's all with how you move. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you a disrespectful dude over there, no gang signs, then someone gonna step faster than one.
I remember when I went. So I was on tour and we couldn't even stop at like certain gas stations. Like it was like certain but you had to know the gas station you could stop at. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. It's like, but you wouldn't know if you ain't from there. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, that's crazy. What would you say is the biggest similarity?
Out of both of them,
it's
just that, you know, it's always gonna be like who you are in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like how you carry yourself here, how you carry yourself there, carry yourself the same way throughout and. They gonna be all the same because the people gonna treat you the same way. They all gonna know eventually. You know, the only difference here is that people are too comfortable with who you are if that's where you're from.
I was gonna say they're more friendly in Cali, man. I remember one time I pulled up in Cali, like
more opportunity.
Yeah, like I remember. So I was trying to get me some weed or whatever, and I was just trying to get a gram. I stopped and asked the dude on the street. He literally called somebody. That person pulled up, brought me a G, and I was like, they'll never do this in Texas.
Yeah. Especially in Texas.
I'm like, where we at? They'll never do this in Texas. But nigga in Texas will smoke a blunt in your face and tell you.
Over there. There's always gonna be someone that's hungry. You gotta find the right person in Texas.
Man.
They'll be you know what I mean? You should come knocking at the door, really.
So I like you said hungry. So like, who do you feel? Who are the hungriest artists out here in the 806? You know what I'm saying? You still being an 806 artist. Like, who would you say the top artists are out here or that you rock with? In your opinion?
I feel like I got a homie named DOG. He's different. You know what I'm saying? Even when he ain't working, he's working.
Yeah.
And that's just something that I got to see behind the scenes and shit.
Yeah.
I ain't favoriting the dude and shit like that. He a little older and shit, but he, as far as like how he thinks and shit, how he like really how the mind works with this music shit that I learned is that I feel like he gonna get it. Like he's hungry, I feel like he's gonna get it. And
so just to tap on that, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like with the mindset, is it the hunger or you got or that tapping into like just you got to keep on believing or what?
The hunger, yeah. There's a few people that I haven't even heard of, but I be, you know, that'll come to my attention and shit like that. Like there's also Clee, like I be hearing Clee. You heard her?
Yeah, Kaylee. Yeah. She go hard. She go hard. Yeah.
You know, she tap in from time to time and shit, and she lets me know she watching my shit.
Yeah. Shout out to Kaylee, you know what I'm saying, already.
Fuck with that, yeah, real deal. And then, Young Wild.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, wow.
Low Key.
Yeah, alright, you know what I'm saying?
There's a few different people. I be seeing a lot of people really like, I like what everybody doing, truth be told. And in fact, I like what everybody's doing so much. The shit'll go back to, like 2 years ago whenever we did that, these different kind of artists and shit like that. I just feel like you get longevity with this shit, with this music shit, especially depending on when you're inserted. There's a lot of young artists popping right now, you know what I'm saying, that people fear will be on for a long time, and then some fear that they won't be on for.
Why do you feel like maybe the young artists are maybe popping more than the older artists in terms of that? 'Cause I even see that in social media out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of like on like Instagram, which is more of like the more like I say the more industry type thing. Facebook's always gonna be for the crib, you know what I'm saying, under the neighborhood and shit. But like IG's where the industry's at, you know what I'm saying? But even here, the younger generations was popping on IG more so than, you know what I'm saying, anybody between me or your age, like, for real. It'd be surprising, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you think contributes to all that? Because it's even seen on the music to where, like, Young Boy is the number one artist for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Consistency. I read the back of Russ's book, and one of the things that stood out to me is that work is always gonna be talent. You know what I'm saying? Talent is one thing, cause I could go hard on the singing shit or the rapping shit, but like the work behind getting it out and staying consistent with what this whole shit consists of and shit like that is what brings the longevity and what actually builds an artist that can sell out the arenas versus an artist that's struggling to sell out like a club venue and shit.
Like the first song that I kind of got aware to was that I just want to know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you told me, just even hearing you break down, like I'm just singing it, but you were breaking down and like, all right, that's maybe a more stingy song compared to this one, and I usually do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like how are you that surgical when you're making all your songs? Like, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like, all right, I know why I did this versus this. You know what I'm saying? What's the studio process for you?
Learning that this shit has to be quick, and that I started learning too that like melodies are like usually slept on as far as like the idea of what it consists of. These new artists are coming with some crazy melodies. Like Young Boy, he got crazy melodies. Going back into the internet shit on why these young artists are popping more than these cats that were back in the day. That and
some of them are still out.
Exactly, because they're combined in now. Like how Tory's getting all these people to
with his chick tapes, you know what I'm saying, remixing and doing it now.
I just think that what it is that the younger kids are just getting smarter with how to pick up the cameras faster and
really, I guess,
it's really quick and faster and shit like that. And depending on who they are and what they've been through, it gives them the advantage of knowing, like, if you really want this shit, it's as simple as just picking your camera up and saying, I'm gonna push this out to the world, and then working on how to stay in the people's eyesight and shit like that, which is hard work still. Yeah. Just learning how to work the media.
That's a whole job in this motherfucking self.
Not having a budget and not having people to help you do a lot of these things and shit, and just keeping the mindset of I gotta do this, and the third, just to keep the motherfucking dots connected. With what you're trying to do and shit. If you're an artist and you're really trying to be something that stays afloat.
So how do you navigate it being, I see you being more authentic. I don't see you being a clout chaser, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So how do you cut through all the social media noise, you know what I'm saying? Because each artist gotta kind of find their own way, like, you know what I'm saying, to stand out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas gonna be funny niggas, some niggas gonna be a different way. Some people they're gonna do it in a more clownish, maybe clout way, you know what I'm saying? Some people gotta do it in another way. So like, how do you do it, you know what I'm saying, in the way that, like, you know what I'm saying, I see you being more authentic, I don't see you being, like, you know what I'm saying, and not to say that the clout chasers are inauthentic too, you know what I'm saying, it's just how we go about it, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, because, some of them are just tactics to just get the eyesight and shit. I feel like that's truthful and shit like that, is if that's what you're trying to do, a lot of people, they become a character when it comes down to this music shit, and that's where they separate real life from the industry and shit, but you know, just keeping a character and knowing that's what social media is and shit like that. I don't really do much. I just, like, I go out for what God gave me. So, like, really, I just, like,
man, you getting down, bro.
Like,
you be getting likes, bro. You be getting likes, you be getting views, bro. People don't be cracking some of them numbers, so, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes
like,
I don't crack numbers and shit. Like I went from my shit mega booming to my shit going low because I just stopped being consistent and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the media, and that shit can become a problem. You gotta stay consistent nowadays in order to stay relevant. Cause shit, when it comes to Instagram and all these social media platforms, there's a picture being uploaded down there every second now.
Every
you
second.
just keep refreshing
man,
your
real
shit.
talk. It's always gonna be
and
a new
there's
one.
gonna be a new artist popping up on your ass if you ain't out there doing it. So
True.
it's like,
so I'm glad that you said that because so when I watch the videos, I can see that there's like thought put into it, right? So and speaking into consistency, right? So there's only so many ideas to go around. So how do you top yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because in that consistency, we can become dry. You know what I'm saying? And I like that video where, bro, you had a snake come out your shirt. You had a snake that was on your shirt. It came out like that's the video that made me be like, man, who is this motherfucker right here? You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you top yourself? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Or even in terms of being a creative, you know what I'm saying? In terms of the writing the song or even the visual part that goes into it. But like, you know what I'm saying? In consistency, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? So how do you do that?